I'm Christy Walliter, registered biokineticist, practicing in Kailami, South Africa. We are at Fair Trade TAC to have a sit in some second-hand saddles to try and show you how to find and what it feels like to have a twist that works for you, and also to explain why a twist wouldn't work for you and demonstrate what that does to your lower leg. So over here we have the Bates Caprilli GP. This is a 16.5. So I know that generally I don't fit into Bates, so this is a good example. That doesn't mean that other people won't, but my pelvis and the twist for these saddles are generally too wide for me, and the stirrup bar is a little bit far forward, so I often am in a chair position on this. So if you have a look over here, when I relax my legs, you might not be able to see the kneecap in this position, but my thighs are twisting a little bit to the outside here because they're being pushed from this top position outwards, which is making the knee turn, and the foot, if I had stirrups on, would be difficult to get onto the horse without turning the knee further out to the side. So when you say, let's be in a little bit more of a stirrup position, when I put my legs on, the knee turns out even more, and I actually got a little pain in this hip here. Like a little shooting pain. So I know these don't work for me, so that's a good example. It's not to say it won't work for somebody else. Next up, we've got a general purpose saddle, the GFS Advantage GP. I really like the GFS brand. I find them very comfortable. So looking at the lower leg here, kneecaps are oriented forward because this is a general purpose. We wouldn't need to be in jumping position. Of course, you could put yourself into a jumping position in a GP saddle, but pretty comfortable over here. Don't feel too tense in these muscles over here. Pubic bone area feels comfortable. Yep, really nice. Really works well for me. I'll show some of the stirrup bar information just now, looking at what to look for in the stirrup bar. So when a saddle twist, so this saddle twist really works well for me, but when a saddle twist is too wide, just for me in particular, I feel like the weight is distributed more, it tips me forward onto the pubic bone, the front of my pelvis, and not onto the seat bones, which is relatively uncomfortable and could also challenge your balance point. And what also can happen is that you feel like there's a lot of weight in your upper thigh and not in your triangle of your pelvis. Next up we have an iconic GP Brown. This is a little bit big for me. This is actually very big for me. This is a 17.5. This twist, this is actually set quite narrow here, so it should technically make the twist feel comfortable, but this twist is too wide for me. If you look at the kneecaps, they're orienting. This one's actually interestingly orienting in. I think it's just the shape of my pelvis, but this left one is pointing outwards. But interestingly, it's relatively comfortable at the top here in the actual pelvic area, the triangle, but I'm being pushed apart in the thigh area, so a little bit more lower down. It's turning my leg out to the side. It feels relatively comfortable here, but the thigh, the femur, is being rotated out slightly, I think, from this area of the saddle over here. It's almost like it's too wide down here. GPs are not going to be as narrow of a twist as a jumping saddle, but there are GPs for myself that are more comfortable than this.